Leo, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. I'm here today to do your mid-January reading. Let's jump right in. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy today, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Okay, we're also going to do some oracle messages as well. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus placements. Please only take what resonates, okay? Thank you for sharing this space with me today and for tuning in. I appreciate you. All right, and thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this message for all Leos. Thank you. Okay. Let's see what's happening for you Leos. Already mid-January. Ooh. Could feel like you're waiting on we'll wait here. Ooh, wow. Okay. Okay. So we're going to talk briefly about these cards first, and then we're going to go into the oracle messages. So the current energies that you're diving into the rest of the month are the Six of Cups. And what's crossing the Six of Cups is the Two of Wands. So you could be meeting someone or at a distance from someone, a soul connection, or you could feel emotionally distant from someone that you're with. There's some sort of, or you could be really deciding, all right, what are we going to do together next, right? The recent past, we had the Hermit really going within, trying to decide, you know, what lights you up, you know, especially around this connection, because in the challenge, the love is being challenged for some reason, and you could be studying, really, trying to learn something about this connection, right? Because a choice needs to be made in the near future with the Seven of Cups. Page of Swords at the top. The overall general energy is the Knight of Swords, all right? You're ready to go to battle, like you're ready, let's move, come on. Chop, chop. You're ready to move towards what you don't see coming. Something that is a wish for you, okay? Especially around love and a connection, okay? Let's see what it is. Oh, we're not going to do that yet. Let's do, I got so into the tarot that I wanted to clarify immediately, but I like to throw in oracle messages as well. This is going to assist us with the energies for the tarot spread. So let's see. What is the messages from the universe? We're going to pull one card, and then we're going to do some soul guidance as well to help you. It's for the rest of the month of January. Yes. Release old doubts and fears. You are currently undergoing changes that are necessary for your highest good. They are changes that have been long awaited, Leo. Leave the past where it belongs, okay? In the past, okay? Trust that everything will fall into place for you in divine timing. Nice, okay. Looks like you're letting go of some old doubts and fears. Welcoming in the new, right? A lot of changes that are for the highest good in a connection I'm getting. All right, let's see. What is your soul guidance for the rest of the month? Soul guidance for all you Leos tuning in. What is the soul guidance? Detach. Interesting. You could be detaching from some sort of soul bond. Anyone, romantic or platonic, okay? Detach. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. But we hold on too tightly to the desire, when we hold on to too tightly, when we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Yeah. What we cling to, what we resist persists. So it looks like you might be holding on to an expectation or an outcome, and it's affecting the energy, okay? So it's really about going with the flow. Something's been coming up within you in a connection. Let's get deeper here into the messages. All right. Arcanium Tarot. The first one was a Light Seers Tarot. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to move these down. I'm trying to be helpful with people seeing the cards. So I widened the angle here of the lens. So we can get most of them though. The only thing you can't see is the Page of Swords and the opportunity. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's clarify. Why is the Knight of Swords here? What are you trying to move forward. You might have just felt some sort of distance lately, but let's see. Or too much time on your own. Ready for love. Knight of Swords, Six of Cups again. The Ace of Swords, the Hermit, beautiful energy. It seems as though you've been really working on deepening a connection in your life that means a lot to you. You have a lot of clarity, but you are going within and taking a look at what is true for you in this connection and what is it that you need in this special bond, okay? This could be anyone that we've known for a while, that we have a history with, that we have memories with, and really moving toward this person in the spirit of understanding. And, you know, I do believe that you're in a new energy with this person where you want to invest in them deeply. It's like you're like, this is the person that I'm going to be with, and they're it. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Okay? You got your sights set on somebody. And for those of you that aren't in a connection and have no desire to talk about love today, this is about you really investing in friendships, right? Also leaning into your inner child too, going within, all right? Seeing clearly, right, what that inner child needs, okay? I always like to talk about the inner self and the outer self. That's life is reflective of both, okay? So I love seeing that in all of you. I think you're really leaning into the things that make you feel more magic and wonder in the world, and having clarity, that nurturing that inner child in you, that playful side, because Leos are playful. My best friend in the whole world from college, who is funny as hell, is a Leo. And I can talk to her once a year and we will laugh our asses off. And we talk about the past. So this could be you just like, I want to talk to that old buddy of mine, that old, you know, friend of mine that I have all these memories with. And they make me see myself in a new way, right? But for some of you, this does involve a connection with someone that you could be in a relationship with. And just knowing, you know what, I'm invested in this deeply. Ooh, even though there might have been some hurt, okay? It might be why there's some emotional distance over this connection. Let's clarify the Six of Cups. Current energy, right? Going into this, you're telling me this is a very important connection to you, okay? But there's some sort of distance involved, whether you're long distance or feel emotionally distant. I said keep going. All right, and when I say they, I call them my spirit squad, but I actually I get sensations in my body. It's almost like a tap on the shoulder. It's very strange. I'm recently, in the last few years, started getting more comfortable with this. I used to, you know, a lot of you, if you know what I'm talking about, it takes a while to remove the blocks, right? To this language, we'll say. The silent language. Some of you can hear, hear. Sometimes I do hear. All right, so the Six of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the King of Pentacles, clarifying. There's been some trust issues in this connection. Okay. And a feeling of like, it's hard not to feel a little bit like something's off, even though you've done your best to stabilize this connection. Yeah, there's been a lot of overthinking. This particular connection doesn't have to be someone that you're in love with. It could be anyone in your life that you just... This also could be a fear of lack on the financial front, and really trying to work on your own stability in your career, right? Maybe not getting the opportunities that you deserve or being recognized in the way you deserve, and it hits your inner wounding a little bit. Like a little inner child wants to throw a tantrum sometimes, and I know what that's like when I'm in an environment where you just don't feel heard and seen and appreciated in your work life. Okay, you definitely have somebody I do believe you don't trust. All right. This is also about self-trust, okay? Because we're talking about that inner being, right? That trust self. Trust that you have everything you need to create abundance, right? Let's do this Two of Wands. I hope it's okay that I throw multiple meanings out there, because I think it hits people a certain way. I'm a thinker, and I like to look at a lot of angles. So I look at the multidimensionality of a reading. So I look at self, other, friend, lover. There's so many different ways to interpret the cards. And I try to cover all the bases. Just it's how I think. So I hope that you don't mind. All right, the Two of Wands. Yeah. Wow. Crossing energy for the rest of the month. You have the World, the Eight of Wands and the Justice over the Two of Wands. I feel like whatever's been out of balance in your life, whatever area of your life that you felt was just been off, it's coming back into balance, and you're getting all of these answers, right, about how to move forward. For a lot of you, this is about a specific person that you're like, again, with that opening energy, this is it. But the battle between, is it? Yes, this is. Is it? So you might have this inner dialogue sometimes where if things aren't going perfectly, what you perceive as perfect, because there's no perfection, but sometimes we have that inner critic, right? And seeing things as they are, not how we want them to be, is a very big battle for all of us, okay? It's a part of our human condition in our programming. So I think you're realizing, okay, let me lean in, trust, okay, that things are balanced. It's a matter of perspective, right? But it's like you battle between these two perspectives in this connection between, can I trust this person? You know, it could be a coworker, and then the other perspective of, yes, I can trust this person. It's fair, it's balanced, it's right. I have the opportunity to see all sides. Feels like you have like the reason why I even talked about all these angles is I feel like you have a very over analytical perspective as well, especially in your work life and in one particular connection in your life that is almost like they help you grow, but sometimes, you know, it's hard. A lot of you, this has to do with your work life too. You are getting answers this month, all right? If you've had to pull your energy back, you needed to in order to come back into balance, okay? You are in a new phase where it feels like the answers are easier to come by, and the fairness and the balance. You may have had to like have a talk with someone at your work, and it wasn't an easy situation, but you're like, you know what, in order for me to continue investing in this, you know, looking at the bigger picture, you know, this is what I need, okay? You're definitely asking for fairness in a lot of aspects of your life, all right? Putting your needs first, right? Standing up for yourself. I love seeing that. What's this Hermit in the recent past? Because you're carrying that energy now. Ooh, wow. You've been a little bit confused about a connection around love, around I'm letting love in, I'm ready for love. No, I'm not ready for love. I want to go back into my cave. Some of you who are single, you're like, okay, ready, not ready. Dipping the toe in. Nope, nope. Others of you who are in a connection, this is about the ups and downs and riding them out, right? And learning from the up and learning from the down, right? And coming back into balance and having that communication level out as we go, right? Steady as we go, right? There's this inward process that you're going through, Leo, in your growth, especially around unconditional love. And it's hard. It's hard to show up in a love space that is unconditional, right? Because we fight against our human nature around expectation and around, well, you know, I expect them to show up in a certain way, and if they don't show up in the way I expect them, then I'm not going to trust it. So is this person warrant that distrust, or is it just fighting against that overall, you know, part of you that wants to? We're talking about part. It's not the true, complete, you know, you are whole completely all the time. But we talk about parts because we don't always act from that whole place. We act from the part of us, right, that wants to be reactive, that wants to have expectations, right? Conditional love. It's something that, it's a practice, right? We're not always going to get it in the way we hope, right? We keep practicing, right? I think you're practicing unconditional love and what you need to do to actually show up in that way, regardless, in all aspects, okay? It was like this big journey that you've been on, Leo. And you're like, if I don't practice that equal balance of self-love and unconditional love, especially when it comes to how I show up in a love bond, we're talking romantic love here because there's the Two of Cups, and it's in your challenge, then it's like, it's all what we think. Yeah, and some of you, that kind of was like, that wanted to go up and down. So you could be in a commitment that, like, when things don't feel right, you don't feel connected, but it's also about what is it that you need to do to build more trust and to find more stability and take that time on your own. It's almost like if you're with someone too much, you definitely need that time apart and that space, right? To do your thing, to study what you study, right? To learn what you need to learn on your own. Yeah, the Star Wow. Okay, your opportunity. You're trying to figure out, yeah, there's something going on in your connection. You're trying to figure out how to remove it, right? We have the Star, the Eight of Swords, and the Devil. You're starting to realize that there's either a self-sabotage thing going on, or you're with an energy that makes things so much harder than they have to be. And you're like, they confuse me because they say one thing and they do another, all right? And it makes me feel like we're not moving forward and there's no growth, okay? Some of you, I hear that right now. I hear you, I feel you, and you're like, I'm pouring into this with the Star energy. I'm pouring into this, but the more we move forward, the more I feel like I'm being like, either there's like a stagnation going on and there's this distance when it gets stagnant, and then you're the one that's like, come on, like, let's freshen things up, right? Where's the love? And you're trying to learn about and be guided by, yeah, you're holding on to this feeling. Like, are you feeling a little bit trapped in a situation? And overall, you don't trust this person's energy, and you're trying to. Some of you are having some struggles in a bond, and you're undecided. And Spirit is saying, like, the answers are here. Things are coming back into balance. You're opening up into a new cycle. But I think you're coming out of a phase where you've been distant. You've been emotionally distant with someone. And I think, you know, it's time to communicate and open up. And it could be something small, it could be something big. But it's definitely affecting the connection. Let's go into the challenge now. With the Two of Cups. What is the challenge? Yeah, feeling like a team player. Yeah, you're like, man, it's commitment's hard, Jenna. It's hard. You know, especially we had this crossing energy, right? King of Pentacles. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles. Definitely a pair that has built a certain level of stability. You probably live together, or you have some sort of, this could also be a business partner where you've built something in the material, right? And you have a teamwork vibe, right? And there's a lot of connection here of the heart space where you actually have a lot of mutual love and respect. But this is why long-term commitment's hard, y'all. It's not easy. Right? Because what happens when one person doesn't show up in a healthy way? And the other person's like, hello, we need to fix this. And the other one's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Everything's fine. Well, everything fine might be fine for you, but it's not be fine for me because I'm starting to lose faith in this thing we're doing here. I think that you're both determined to work through whatever comes up. That's the challenge. It's like, are we going to give up? Yeah. Sometimes it's easier to give up, but then you realize, wow, but I really love this person. I mean, in the beginning, you're like, this is it. End all be all. My baby, my bae, right? My ride or die, all right? And if this is a friend, you're like, we have a history here, and I really, really care about this person, but why is it so hard sometimes? Near future, Seven of Cups. What's this choice you're making? This is an important decision. You know, it's similar to Aries. Aries was like, time to make a decision. Time to make a decision. Indecision is a decision. And maybe it just be options, right? Around how are we going to make things healthier, right? About communicating our wants and needs and moving from conditional love to unconditional love and the expectation, right? Which is about accepting your person for who they are. I'm telling you, that's the biggest lesson in long-term commitment. Can you accept the way they are? Are they healthy? Wow. Seven of Cups. Another Two of Wands. Same as the crossing. All right. In the near future. This distance, right? I think that there's some confusion because someone made a mistake. Or someone... something happened here. I don't know exactly what. Even though you really are committed to this person, you love them. Something happened in this connection that broke the trust. All right? And made you feel like, are they really on my side? You know? Do they really have my back? They may have even questioned the commitment itself and made you go, wait a minute. What? Yeah, so there's this confusion, right? It's about coming out of the confusion, and slowly but surely, I think there's going to be an apology or the love's going to improve, all right? I feel like this connection, whoever this is in your life, it's here to stay, but this is weathering the storms, right? That come up in a connection that is obviously very, very important to you. And it's hard, y'all. No one said long-term commitment, marriage was easy, all right? Yeah, this is about nurturing the connection in the ways that it needs in order to thrive and grow, which requires mutual growth. I'm going to say that over and over again. And I know, I'm sure a lot of you watching this are like, well, I'm the one growing, they're the one not. I'm putting up with all this BS, right? They're numbing out or they're not doing their inner work and I'm frustrated. And what do you do then, Jenna? Well, I'm going to offer you the best advice. Don't worry about them. Do you. Okay? And if it's not meant for you, it will fall away. You know, and I know we worry about this because we're like, well, I made a commitment, I'm invested in this, and I want us to stay together. But what if it doesn't serve you overall? That's the thing that worries me about long-term commitment, y'all. And I have had long-term commitments about like, it requires two people to show up. And you're right. If one person isn't showing up and they refuse to grow, then you are allowed to say, this isn't enough for me. Okay. But if you expect that person to change and for you to try and rescue them or groom them to be who you expect them to be, it's almost like you're not going to get what you want out of that, because the more people get pushed to be who they're not ready to be, the more they're going to resist you and pull away. And that's why that devil energy is up there in the opportunity, and you feeling a little bit trapped around this wish of yours that this person is the end-all be-all person. It's almost as though if you were with someone who is not doing the growth and you are, it does create, yeah, this is about growth. This is about, are we going to grow together? Let's manifest new growth. I think you're kicking somebody in the ass. Yes, you are. 3 of Cups. I think you're like, you know what you don't see coming is this might, yeah, this, you guys are making me laugh. Because like, I think you're kicking somebody in the ass and you're like, you're going to get off that couch and you're going to help me do this. And this is enough of that. It's like, you're like, I've had it. What you don't see coming, we have the 3 of Cups, the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles. You're going to see the new growth. It's not fast, right? People don't change overnight. I think that this new growth, you got to give them some space to do what they need to do and trust that they will, okay? I do believe you're going to be celebrating some really, really good, abundant times. And a lot of you, this is about your own growth in your career and manifesting new opportunities and having these wishes come true and making those decisions in your work life that you know are going to pay off slowly but surely, putting your heart and work. A lot of you, this is the slow grind that you're doing daily to create more abundance and coming into balance, and you are determined, all right? A lot of you, though, this is more of a love reading, but that needs to be said around the challenge here is really partnership and the determination to see it through and course correcting when one person starts to stagnate and really being there to hold their hand, but not being the one to change them, but being a loving, stable force in their life and giving them that encouragement, you know, just like, I trust that when you're ready, you will. And I'm here to support you, right? That's the biggest thing we can do for others, is show up in loving support of their growth. But I'm telling you, the more you harp on, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? You know? The Emperor, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is about, you could even be having a little bit of a, I think that you make your person really think a lot. Like, you're very creative, Leo, you're very self-directed. I think you've got somebody who's a little bit more aloof. And you're like the one who brings in a lot of creativity and a lot of fun energy into the connection. I don't know if you've just been bored lately. Yeah, I feel like you have this really fun, like, that's what I was talking about my friend, this really fun, like, energy. And they can kind of just be like, what did I want to get? Eeyore. Do you have an Eeyore in your life? You might have an Eeyore. And you're like, man, why you always got to be a Debbie Downer? But they might just be in a bad way right now. They might just be in a bad headspace for whatever reason. And you're like, man, how long is this going to go on? I'm telling you, the trials and tribulations. Yeah, you got new growth, though. I think what you don't see coming is there's a lot of new growth. We got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles here, the Magician, 3 of Cups, what you don't see coming, Judgment. Ooh, yeah. And you know what? I think this person, too, has really hurt you with that trust stuff. They've hurt you. Spirit is saying that you have a lot of growth coming. You're being divinely guided and inspired to work through the pain. It's almost as though someone's like, it's like you committed to somebody who's got a lot of inner demons, or they just don't show up and take things seriously. And you're just like, come on now. Like, you know, they show up as this page and they can be a little immature. And I think that you're at this point where you're like, we need new growth like yesterday. And if this isn't happening, like this is starting to hurt my feelings and really hurt, because we could have such a better loving bond if you just got up off your ass. Like I don't know why I keep saying that, but you got somebody, I don't know if they're a couch potato or they're just like sluggish and they've been down and they're just not in a happy vibe. And you're just like, it's time to snap out of it. And let's move through this energy so we can like have some good times, right? Ace of Wands too is like feeling that passion again, right? New growth. I'm telling you, you are all about the new growth this month, Leo. You're trying to drag an energy up. So don't let it drain you too much, okay? That's my message to you for the mid-month of January. Your weekly's coming up following this. And have a good rest of the month. Just try to be patient with the process. Change is hard, but it is coming. Try not to let it hurt you how they show up. It's their shit, not yours, okay? All right. Take care.